I didn't gain weight overnight. It crept up, one rushed meal at a time. Long work hours, stress, and endless deadlines kept me stuck in a loop of takeout and midnight snacks. I kept promising myself I'd change tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. My energy vanished, my clothes tightened, and I barely recognized myself. The idea of counting calories or spending hours at the gym felt impossible. Everything changed when I made one small, intentional change. Meal 1 changed everything. It was the first step in a journey I didn't know I needed, and it started right in my own kitchen. I stood in my kitchen, staring at a fillet of salmon. This time, I tried Salmon Tataki. It felt different from the usual routine of grabbing something quick and greasy. High protein, clean fats, and just 60 seconds of heat. The sizzle in the pan was almost meditative, a reminder that good food doesn't have to take hours. No heavy oils, no deep frying. Just the natural flavors coming through, pure and simple. I sliced the salmon thin, laid it over crisp daikon, and drizzled on citrusy ponzu. Each step felt intentional, almost like a small act of self-care. Under 350 calories, but it felt like so much more. The bowl looked vibrant and inviting, not at all like the bland diet food I'd expected. For the first time, I didn't feel deprived. I felt satisfied. There was a sense of fullness that went beyond just my stomach. My taste buds were dancing, and my stomach was full without that sluggish feeling. It was a new kind of comfort, lighter and more lasting. This wasn't just a diet meal. It was food I looked forward to. The anticipation made the experience even better. The richness of the salmon, the brightness of the ponzu, the freshness of the daikon, it all worked together. Every bite was balanced, each flavor enhancing the next. I took my time eating, savoring every bite. For once I wasn't rushing through a meal or eating distractedly in front of a screen. Slowing down and enjoying food became part of the change I needed. It was a small shift, but it made a huge difference in how I felt. It wasn't punishment, it was respect for myself and the ingredients. I realized that healthy eating could be an act of kindness, not restriction. My energy shot up, no crash, no urge to snack. I felt a steady natural boost that lasted for hours. I felt light, clear-headed, and ready for the evening. It was as if my body was thanking me for making a better choice. Healthy meals didn't mean sacrifice. This was indulgent in its own way. The flavors were bold, the textures satisfying. The simplicity was freeing, a sharp knife, a bit of heat, a few ingredients. No complicated recipes, no endless prep. Even on my busiest days, I could throw this together in minutes. It was faster than waiting for delivery, and so much more rewarding. It fit into my life instead of taking over it. I didn't have to rearrange my schedule or sacrifice my time. Starting with fish, full of omega-3s, set the tone for the day. I knew I was fueling my body with something truly nourishing. It's not just about calories, it's about what those calories do for you. The right nutrients can change your whole outlook. I felt sharper, less stressed, more balanced. My mind was clearer, and my mood was noticeably better. The daikon was a game changer. Packed with enzymes, it helped digestion and kept me fuller longer. It added crunch and freshness, making every bite interesting. Suddenly, I wasn't reaching for snacks a half hour later. The urge to graze on junk food just faded away. What surprised me most was how much I craved this meal. It became something I genuinely looked forward to, not just a healthy obligation. It replaced greasy takeout and microwave dinners without a second thought. My kitchen felt cleaner, my choices more intentional. I started experimenting with toppings, sesame, shiso, chili, but always kept the core: salmon, daikon, ponzu. Each variation kept things exciting and new. Feeling satisfied isn't about quantity, it's about quality. A small bowl, thoughtfully prepared, can be more fulfilling than a giant plate of empty calories. A few clean ingredients, prepared with care, can do more for your body and mind than a whole plate of junk food. It's a lesson I wish I learned sooner. For the first time, I finished a meal and didn't feel guilty. I felt proud. That sense of accomplishment was new to me. That pride fueled my motivation. It made me want to keep going, to see what else I could change. Each time I made this bowl, I proved to myself that change was possible. It became a small, daily victory. It wasn't about perfection, it was about progress, one meal at a time. Even on days when things weren't perfect, I kept going. I started noticing little changes: clearer skin, better mood, improved sleep. My body was responding in ways I hadn't expected. My body was finally getting what it needed. I felt stronger, more resilient, and more in tune with myself. All it took was one bowl made with intention. That single choice set off a chain reaction of better habits. The colors on the plate, bright pink salmon, white daikon, green herbs, made me want to keep going. Eating healthy became something I enjoyed, not endured. Presentation matters. When food looks beautiful, you respect it more. It's a reminder that you deserve something special, even on an ordinary day. I'd spent years thinking I had to suffer to lose weight. This meal taught me the opposite. Enjoyment and health could finally go hand in hand. You can love what you eat and still see results. That realization changed my relationship with food forever. It's not about deprivation, it's about celebration. Every meal became a small celebration of progress and self-respect. Celebrating simple, honest ingredients and how they make you feel. The more I focused on quality, the better I felt. Making this bowl became a ritual, a moment to pause, breathe, and reconnect. It was a daily reminder to slow down and appreciate the present. It was more than just food, it was self-care. Each meal was a chance to check in with myself and recharge. I wasn't just feeding my body, I was feeding my spirit, and I wasn't alone. Others noticed the change in me too. Every time I shared this meal with friends or family, they were shocked how satisfying it was. It opened their eyes to what healthy food could be. It became something I could be proud to serve, a little taste of Japan in my own home. Sharing it made the experience even richer. This meal broke my fast food habit for good. It was the turning point I'd been searching for, even if I didn't realize it at first. It showed me that real change starts with one delicious, intentional choice. That first step is all it takes to begin a new chapter. If you're stuck in a cycle, start with one meal you love. Let that meal be your anchor, your proof that change is possible. That's how you break free. That's how you begin. One meal, one choice, and a whole new way of living can open up before you. Lunch used to be my downfall. Heavy meals, quick crashes, endless snacking. I'd feel sluggish by 2 p.m., struggling to keep my eyes open and my mind focused. It was a cycle I couldn't seem to break, no matter how many times I promised myself I'd eat lighter. Then I discovered the edamame egg white bento, a game changer that completely shifted my midday routine. No rice, no butter, no heavy sauces, just clean protein and energy. The simplicity was refreshing, and it made me realize how much I'd been overcomplicating lunch. Steamed edamame for plant protein and fiber, fluffy egg whites for lasting fullness. Together, they created a meal that was both satisfying and nourishing. Seasoned with soy and sesame, it was pure comfort, without the calories. The flavors were subtle but deeply satisfying, making every bite feel special. I didn't miss the rice at all. In fact, I felt lighter and more energized after eating. The edamame and egg whites balanced each other perfectly, filling but never heavy. It was the kind of meal that left me satisfied, not stuffed. Just 280 calories, but it powered me through the afternoon. I was amazed at how much energy I had, even hours later. No more afternoon crash, no more desperate runs to the vending machine. My cravings for junk food faded away, replaced by a steady sense of satisfaction. My energy was steady, my focus sharp. I could actually get things done without feeling like I was dragging myself through the day. I could get through meetings and emails without feeling drained. My productivity soared, and I felt more present in every conversation. The best part? It was so easy to prep. No complicated recipes, no fancy equipment, just a few simple steps. Steam a batch of edamame, whip up egg whites, lunch in 5 minutes flat. It fit perfectly into my busy schedule. No more takeout, no more skipped meals. Every bite felt purposeful. I was finally eating with intention, not just out of habit or convenience. Sometimes I'd add pickled veggies or seaweed for color and crunch. It kept things interesting and made my lunch feel special, even on the busiest days. This meal wasn't just about losing weight, it was about building better habits. It was about making choices that supported my goals and my well-being. I started to look forward to lunchtime, knowing I was fueling my body right. That anticipation made the meal even more rewarding. My colleagues noticed too. Simple could look and taste inviting. They'd ask about my lunch, curious about what made it so appealing. Food became a way to connect, not just a quick fix for hunger. Sharing ideas and recipes brought us together in new ways. The mental shift was huge. I stopped seeing lunch as a hurdle and started seeing it as an opportunity. Lunch became a chance to reset, to give my body a break from the chaos. I learned to savor the moment, even if it was just a few quiet minutes. Even on busy days, I made time to eat, to sit down, to breathe. That small act of self-care made a big difference. This bento taught me you don't need fancy ingredients to eat well. Simplicity can be powerful. Just intention and a few fresh ingredients. That's all it really takes to make a difference. And the savings. No more expensive lunches out. No wasted food. My grocery bill shrank, and I wasted less. I felt better, and my wallet did too. It was a win-win that motivated me to keep going. I started experimenting, but the core stayed the same. Edamame, egg whites, seasoning. Sometimes I'd try new spices or add a squeeze of lemon for a fresh twist. Each lunch became a little victory. It was proof that small changes could add up to something big. Proof I could make good choices, even when life was hectic. I realized I was more in control than I thought. It gave me confidence to keep going, to try new things, to believe real change was possible. That confidence spilled over into other parts of my life, too. By sticking with this meal, I built momentum. Each day made the next one easier. Healthy eating stopped being a chore. It became something I enjoyed. I actually looked forward to it, and that made all the difference. When you love what you eat, you stick with it. That's the real secret. It's not about restriction, but about finding joy in the choices you make. Lunch became my power-up, not my downfall. It fueled my body and my mind for whatever the afternoon brought, and it can be yours too. All it takes is a little intention and a willingness to try something new. Dinner used to be my weakness, comfort food that left me heavy and restless. I'd finish a big meal, only to find myself craving more, searching the pantry for snacks I didn't need. Then I tried a smoky miso mushroom broth cup, something I'd never considered as a dinner before. Just a mug of broth, under 180 calories, warm and comforting. It was simple, but it felt like a treat. The first sip was like a hug from the inside out, deep, savory, grounding. It was soothing in a way I hadn't expected. White miso whisked into boiling water, shiitake mushrooms, a touch of smoked paprika. The flavors blended together perfectly. The mushrooms soaked up the broth, becoming tender and almost meaty. Each bite was satisfying, like a little reward. Pouring the steaming broth into my favorite mug, I'd sit and just breathe. It became a ritual, a pause in my busy day. The aroma alone could calm me after the most stressful day. It was like therapy in a cup. It was warm, earthy, full of flavor, and surprisingly filling. I didn't feel deprived at all. No need for bread, no late-night snacks. My cravings disappeared. I felt content, not stuffed. I went to bed satisfied, not stuffed. My body felt lighter, my mind at ease. My sleep improved almost immediately. I woke up feeling more rested than I had in months. I realized what I ate at night mattered as much as what I ate in the morning. That small change made a huge difference. The simplicity was beautiful. Just a few ingredients, 5 minutes, and the perfect dinner. No complicated recipes, no stress, no mess, no cleanup, no temptation to order in. My kitchen stayed clean, and so did my habits. Over time, I added touches, spinach, green onion, chili oil, but the heart stayed the same. It was still my comforting ritual. Dinner became a way to care for myself, to unwind without undoing my progress. It was self-care, not self-sabotage. The broth was gentle, easy to digest, and left me feeling light and calm. I could finally relax into the evening. And the best part? It was always enough. I never felt like I was missing out. I didn't crave sweets or salty snacks afterward. My cravings just faded away. My body got what it needed, and my mind could finally relax. I felt balanced, inside and out. Weight loss isn't about denying yourself. It's about finding new ways to feel good. It's about discovering what truly satisfies you. This broth was a revelation, comfort without the calories. It changed my relationship with food. I started to sleep deeper, wake up refreshed. My mornings felt brighter, my energy steadier. I didn't dread dinner anymore. It became my favorite meal. I looked forward to it every night. Friends were skeptical, but after one cup, they understood. They even asked for the recipe. Each night I'd make my broth, sit quietly and reflect on the changes I'd made. It became a moment of gratitude. True comfort is knowing you're doing something good for yourself. That's the feeling I carry with me every single night. If stress changed your body, you can change it back, one meal at a time. It's not about overhauling your life overnight, but about small, sustainable changes. For me, it started with Japanese-inspired meals, simple, clean, and full of flavor. Start small, start simple, start Japanese. Choose one meal, make it with care, and see how you feel. That's how transformation begins, one intentional step at a time.